This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Now at 7, the number of coronavirus cases in Indiana continues to climb, including the number of people who have died from the virus. And Governor Holcomb announcing new steps to protect Hoosiers from COVID-19. What you have to know now.
We're asking supplemental questions on almost every call.
911 dispatchers are working to keep you safe through the coronavirus pandemic. What you can do to help those dispatchers save lives. And COVID-19 is causing unemployment numbers in Indiana to rise. Many people are scrambling to figure out what to do next. Working for you, the options that are now available to you.
How about that sunshine? Fog this morning, sunshine this afternoon, and warmer temperatures ahead. But we need to talk about rain as well.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here at 7 o'clock. You know, Amanda and I have been exercising social distancing in the studio, staying at least 6 feet apart at work.
But now we've taken it a step further, as you can see.
Yeah, I'll be co-anchoring the newscast from home in an effort to reduce the number of people working inside the RTV6 studios.
And this is why social distancing is so important. The Indiana State Department of Health now says 14 people have died from COVID-19. That's 2 more deaths than yesterday. The Department of Health tells us the latest deaths happen in Hancock and Howard counties. On top of that, there are 112 newly confirmed COVID-19 or coronavirus cases over the past 24 hours. The state says 477 people in Indiana have tested positive for coronavirus. And a reminder, Indiana's stay-at-home order is now in effect. So what does that mean? The order requires all Hoosiers to stay at home unless you need to get out for necessities such as food, medicine, or taking care of a loved one. You can go outside and exercise or in a walk or take a walk. You can also leave if your field of work is considered essential. All non-essential businesses will be closed during the order. The governor is urging the public to not only look at the coronavirus cases that have been confirmed in Indiana, but where we are headed if we do not act now. The stay-at-home order is in effect until April 7th, but it can be reassessed or adjusted if necessary.
The fight against the coronavirus has not been an easy one. Everyone is trying to come together to stop the spread of COVID-19. RTV6's Cameron Riddle attended Governor Eric Holcomb's news conference and learned about one unique effort to work together to keep us all protected.
Well, good evening. There is good news surrounding the coronavirus and the protective gear needed to slow the spread. And that help is coming from a place where no one is using it right now. That place may be your child's school.
Our schools, whether it's science labs or career technical education, have signaled to us that we have gloves, we have masks, we have gowns. Where do you need them? So our team is working with the Emergency Operations Center to determine what that distribution looks like so that we can be a good partner in making sure our healthcare folks have the gear that they need.
In addition to supplies coming from Indiana schools, Dr. Christina Bach says there is also help arriving from the federal level. Bach says shipments of masks, gowns, gloves, and face shields will be arriving at area hospitals in the coming days, some of them as early as today. Now, as far as what is coming from those schools, Dr. Jennifer McCormick of the Education Department said there are not massive stockpiles of supplies that are going to be given out from schools, but in this unprecedented time of a pandemic, any little bit helps. At the State House tonight, I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Cameron, thanks for that. And 911 dispatchers across the state are taking extra steps to protect the community and first responders. Megan Sanctorum explains what they are doing and how you can help keep their phone lines free for those who need them most.
911, where's your emergency?
Work never stops for 911 dispatchers and first responders.
How may I help you?
Here in Hendricks County, the total number of 911 calls has temporarily decreased as people follow Governor Holcomb's order to stay home. But when calls do come in, additional screening is being done.
We're asking supplemental questions on almost every call. being, do you have difficulty breathing? Are you experiencing a cough, fever, any flu-like symptoms?
They're questions being asked by dispatch centers all throughout central Indiana in an effort to protect and prepare first responders.
Making sure they take the proper precautions to get you the best help necessary.
First responders say that is key so they can continue to be there for you when you need them.
How important is it for them to know what they're walking into?
It's actually a decision of life or potential death. So we take this very seriously.
Plainfield Fire Territory leaders say if they are responding to a call where someone may have symptoms of COVID-19, they wear medical gowns like this, protective eyewear, and N95 masks.
We are here to help protect our employees so they can protect the public.
And you can do your part to help as well. Dispatchers say they've been getting a lot of non-emergency calls from people with general COVID-19 questions. Those types of calls can be made to county or state hotlines or your primary care doctor.
We want to make sure that fire and EMS are available to respond to true emergencies, but as always, we're never going to say no.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And here in Marion County, dispatchers have received more than 400 calls from people with symptoms of the flu or COVID-19.
Thousands of Hoosiers are without jobs due to COVID-19. Unemployment numbers are increasing and expected to keep rising since only those with essential jobs are allowed to travel to work still. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you to explain the impact this is having on Hoosiers.
This very week last year told a different story when it came to unemployment in the state. Only 3,100 people filing for benefits.
It's just one of those situations where you really see how big a population is, because I'm a part of a few bartending pages and service industry pages on Facebook and Instagram and things like that, and that's all that anybody's talking about.
Seemingly overnight, all of that has changed because of COVID-19. In the last few days, 20,000 Hoosiers have applied for unemployment. That number is expected to jump to 120,000 in the next month. That's according to economy experts who believe the employment surge isn't over just yet. Chris Clark has worked as a manager in the service industry for 3 years now. And for the first time in his career, he was laid off because of the coronavirus.
My boss, he's taking the situation very seriously, trying to make sure that we didn't get sick and we weren't the source of it spreading.
He remembers a time a bar he was working in at the time closed because of a natural disaster. But even then, it was nothing like what's going on right now.
It's not like it's affecting just a small portion of us. It's affecting everyone. Everyone's out of work. Everyone's trying to search for things.
Clark won't have to rely on unemployment benefits, but he came close to standing in the shoes many Hoosiers are finding themselves in right now.
I actually had filed for unemployment. It just so happened that I got hired at the job that I did the very next day. Not a common occurrence, I guess, for other people in that situation. But luckily for me, I was able to find some temp work at a grocery store here in town.
He knows he's very fortunate to still be working since there are countless others who haven't quite figured out how they will make ends meet. Working for you in downtown, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Well, the Department of Workforce Development has closed its office downtown, and Work One career service locations across the state, well, they're all closed for now. The Workforce Development Department wants people to use the online resources on its website to file for unemployment.
Pawn shops say they expect to see a spike in business in the coming weeks. Many people might not realize it, but pawn shops are considered essential businesses. According to Dustin Kellogg, who is the general manager at the Trading Post in Marion, Indiana, while people are trying to make ends meet during the COVID-19 pandemic, they can look to stores like this as a finance company.
Groceries, you need toilet paper, you need canned goods. You can pawn a TV to do that. You can pawn a game system. You can bring those items in to get the cash to get those needs done while you're out of work.
And as you recall, many other businesses have been forced to close their doors to curb the spread of coronavirus, which has led to numerous layoffs throughout the state. And the coronavirus
pandemic is impacting. The coronavirus pandemic is impacting our lives in many ways, and that's why we're working for you. Everything you need to know, we've put it at your fingertips. Just head to our website, theindychannel.com. There you will find the latest on COVID-19 numbers, what you need to know to protect yourself, and what authorities are saying, plus stories of people working together to make life better for all of us. Again, that's at theindychannel.com.
Well, it's a gorgeous evening across central Indiana. The temperatures are warmer, too. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory shows you what to expect for the rest of your Wednesday night and the changes that are ahead. Look at that.
Yeah, we haven't had that enough, right? 4 different views, all showing sunshine. It was all about the fog this morning, but sunshine took over this afternoon. It was a beautiful day, delayed, not denied. 60 degrees, that's our current temperature. High temperature for most folks occurring right now, 60 or the lower 60s, 61 in Frankfort, 59 in Kokomo. From north to south, we've seen a big jump from yesterday to today. Temperature in Bedford at 65 degrees. Okay, let's focus for a second on rain chances. You see how high the probability of rain is each day as we move forward. Doesn't mean all day rain. I think Thursday, for example, tomorrow, the rain will hold off until tomorrow night. But if you look at total rainfall from Thursday night into Saturday and through Saturday, 1 to 2 inches with locally higher amounts possible. The axis of heavy rain obviously will shift one way or the other here as we go through the next few days, but a soaking rain on the way for central Indiana.
Several local businesses want you to know that they're open inside one of Indianapolis's most historic downtown spots. I'm Brad Brown with that story coming up on RTV6.
And I'm Dave Furs. That is Eric Moore, the head football coach at Center Grove, and he's got a brand new show. What is it, Coach?
In the Driveway with Coach Moore.
We're going to Destin, Florida. Kinda, in just a bit.
In our mind.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Well, downtown Indy is pretty quiet for now, but business is continuing for some hard-working folks at City Market. RTV6's Brad Brown shows us an historic part of the city is still saying, we're open.
For nearly 180 years, City Market has served as the hub of downtown Indianapolis. But these days, the market sits mostly quiet. The tables here waiting for a return to something more normal. But in every corner of the market, some hard-working restaurants are continuing their mission of feeding the Circle City.
Coming down the knee, guys.
Yeah, everyone is taking these punches like a champ and just trying to figure out how business is looking now. So there's not people coming in and dining in and then shopping. It's in and out, and that's one of the biggest changes that the Indianapolis City Market has had to deal with.
Roughly half of City Market's tenants are doing takeout and delivery business, most of them doing it with a staff of just 1 or 2. But they're all working to make some big adjustments as well.
When we moved here with our new setup, it was great. So we were doing very well. Like the week before this happened was one of our best March weeks ever. And that's been in business now for 5 years, but I've been here since 2017.
Obviously, we're very concerned about our staff's well-being. We're really keeping going out of concern for them. Like, I want them to have a job to come back to.
A cup of coffee, a fresh pastry, a hot lunch. All of it to go, of course. Circle City Sweets is one business seeing a rise in their orders for some of Indy's best carbohydrates.
I hope people stick with that, that they are still looking for locally well-made products, not just going out and buying grocery store bread that's full of preservatives and things like that, but they realize, we've had a lot of folks we've never had as customers before coming on board, and just hoping that they realize just what amazing food so many vendors are doing, not just us, but so many people do here in Indianapolis.
City Market is hoping to reopen to regular business soon once the state's stay-at-home orders are lifted. Until then, these businesses will be making do as best as they can. Coming up tomorrow here on the news at 6, I'll show you how some of these vendors are working together with a unique partnership to keep their businesses moving forward. Working for you downtown, Brad Brown, RTV6.
And we're here to remind you that even during this challenging time, we're open Indy. Many businesses are ready to work for you. Go to the website that's on your screen, theindychannel.com, for a full list of places that you can still support right now.
What a beautiful evening. Hopefully sunshine is streaming through your windows right now. Things change as we move toward the weekend. I think the period of heaviest rainfall will be during the day Saturday. The potential for some strong to severe storms. Way too early to pinpoint that, but temperature of 71, cool and dry for the second half of the weekend. As I mentioned, that rainfall intensity picks up with, I think, the bulk of the rain that I mentioned, 2 inches or a little more, will come as we get to Friday night and then into Saturday. These are some of the potential rainfall amounts that may exceed 2 inches during that stretch. Temperatures up and away, peaking on Saturday. Then they'll fall off as we dry off after the cold front goes through. We'll cool off as well. There's your rainfall for tomorrow. Notice the probability of rain is high, but we wait all day for the rain. Most of tomorrow will be dry and still mild. Temperature at lunchtime, 57. Afternoon temperatures warming into the middle to upper 60s. That chance for a shower or thunder shower comes late in the day tomorrow. Temperatures from north to south from just about 60 to 68. I think we'll see some temperature spreads by about 10 degrees as we go into Friday and Saturday as well. Cooler to the north and warmer to the south. I've jumped to Thursday night, 7 o'clock through 11. There's your rain, more likely northern half of the state, and a couple of flare-ups overnight. During the day Friday, lots of cloud cover. The rain around in a couple different waves. I think we'll see a morning round of rain, and then as we get Friday night and overnight into Saturday, some heavier rain. Additional thunderstorms before the cold front moves through Saturday. 71 for the high, 56, and cooler but dry Sunday. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. Riding out a tough time. There are many ways to do it for high school athletes. At Center Grove, there's a coach leading by example, a spring break bike ride. Dave First has the Sports Extra Spotlight.
He's the man with the headset, the football coach at Center Grove for over 2 decades, inspiring students and students of the game alike. And now he's taken it to a whole new level.
All right, Coach Moore, give us the explanation. What are you trying to give us here?
Well, it's my new series called In the Driveway with Coach Moore. Doing a spring break challenge. I'm riding this bike to Destin, Florida.
Actually, he's not, but it's the thought that counts after his spring break trip was canceled because of coronavirus. So last Friday in his driveway,
I got on that stationary bicycle and started jacking around, and next thing you know, the idea hit me, and I'm like, yeah, let's just ride to Destin. And there we go. And let's see how far and how fast we can get to Destin.
Challenging whoever wants to join.
The number one thing about Seymour, John Mellencamp.
A virtual trip of some 750 total miles.
Want to watch great racing? Go to the Salem Speedway.
A race fan at heart who also gives points of entry.
The Corvette Museum is unbelievable.
Destinations you might want to check out, sightseeing.
Well, honestly, it's places to see racing and places to eat. And if there's any football players that I know in that area, or if I know a good high school team, I'll throw a shout out to them.
His son and one-time Center Grove quarterback Jackson Moore reports they had 23,000 hits on the first video alone.
Heck, we got to watch something during all of this, so might as well.
Yeah, is that how bad it's become? That the only sporting event is a fat guy on a bicycle? I guess I'm a winner if I can beat the cherry spitting contest.
There you go.
On the field, he's won some 200 games and 2 state titles. On the bike,
Allison and Brooklyn for hooking me up with the streamers.
He's making memories all his own.
22 seasons at Center Grove as a high school football coach, a teacher as well. You've got to have advice for people that are trying to get through this. What would that be?
Don't sit in your chair all day. And it's hard in Indiana. This weather's been terrible the last 5 or 6 days, and we'll get through this, and we'll all be better for it. Maybe this was God's way of saying, hey, let's get in a little better touch with each other.
Destined to inspire, 1 mile at a time. Dave First, RTV6 Sports. Hey, we're saluting seniors this spring who have found their last season possibly canceled because of COVID-19. And tonight we go to Sheridan High School at RTV6 Senior Salute to pitcher Nolan Buckner. The righty can play most any position, had to battle through mono, missing most of his sophomore year. Athletic Director Beth DeVinny says there's no better teammate, no better dugout guy, and for us, no better way to begin our RTV6 Senior Salute. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to nominate a student athlete, email me, dave.first@wrtv.com.
2020 Nissan Altima.
We are dry tonight and tomorrow morning. Temperatures headed back into the 60s tomorrow. Our rain chances increase late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night.
Well, thanks for making RTV6 your choice for news.